I've now made 3 umbrella holders. You can see this is number 1 over here, number 2 I gave away to a friend, and number 3 is this one. The construction techniques on these classic styles are pretty much the same. They're both made out of a heavy solid steel, and I looked these up on the internet, and the closest thing I could find was from England, about 1,000 pounds, over $1,000 US. Something nice to give to relatives. The latest one is for some relatives who saw the original one and liked it. The video on this one on the right side I already have out there. The construction techniques are exactly the same between the 2 of them, and I will post a link at the end on the one on the right. But what I will do in this video is show you some of the differences, primarily aesthetics, on the one on the left, and we'll talk about those details. Okay, let's get to it. Starting at the very bottom, this is one of the feet, and what I did was, this is just a round finial, they call it, a ball. It's the construction's exactly like the previous one, except this time this little piece down here is a stainless washer which has been welded through the hole with a stainless rod in order to make the foot stainless, and then I have glued a felt pad on the bottom to make sure that it doesn't scratch the floor. So that's the feet. That's the difference in the feet. The bottom pan in this one is literally the bottom of an old cooking pan like the others. However, I used a very thin slice at the bottom of the pan and then reinforced it with these rods and reinforced it with a steel band that I made myself by wrapping it around a pipe. And this is actually very thin, you can hear it. And then this is like 2 or 3 millimeter piece of steel band. So that's the difference on the bottom pan of this one. Around the bottom edge you can see where I did these little dabs with the welder in order just to give it a look. It does hold the bottom pan in. It welded up against that iron band we saw earlier, but there would be other ways to fasten it in here where it would be invisible. However, I chose to do this because I just wanted to give it some different look, give these something to kind of break up the edge or whatever. And I also did it on the upper surface. We'll see that in a little bit. Here's another difference. Has no real purpose. This one has just a straight iron bar running down the length of it, and this one I broke and just for decoration, midway down it, put in this break, and there you can see it pulled away. So yeah, there's just something to break up the straightness of the legs. And finally, the top piece here again are those welded spots, just to give it a look. There's an inner stainless ring welded around there, which you can't see because it's painted, but there's an inner stainless ring and there's an outer ordinary steel band that supports it, that provides the strength. And then between the 2 bands I filled it with a putty, and that was pretty much it. It was mostly just to prevent having a sharp edge on there. And there we have it, 2 classic umbrella holders. Hope you found it useful and interesting in your welding endeavors.